Hey, it's Chris, and in this video I want to talk about something quite interesting that I picked up and learned from a mentor of mine when it comes to achieving your goals or building that online business or creating that side hustle or even just like training and losing weight, but you feel that you just give up too soon, nothing is happening, you're not achieving your goals and you don't know if you are progressing. And what he told me and what they told me is that if you are struggling with new problems, then that means that you are progressing. And I want this sentence to sink in into your mind because let's take losing weight, for example, even though I talk mainly about how to make money online and getting clients and stuff like that. Or let's do clients instead because that's my most recent experience. So getting clients online, people think that you need a bunch of views online and you need a big YouTube channel and you need a bunch of traffic to make money online, right? But no, that's not really the case. What you need to do is to actually just land a client, land a business that you are working with and helping them to solve a problem, right? But in order for you to go from not getting clients to getting clients, there's a ton of different steps that needs to happen for you to get to that point. And if we take outreach as an example, because I will say outreach is the most accessible, most easy, direct way for you to land your first client or land any type of client. It's just like outreach. Outreach is one part of it, traffic and inbound and organic content is another one, right? But let's say that your goal is to land one client. And in order to land that one client, you need to send them an outreach message, an email, let's say. Now, at the beginning, you will be horrible at writing emails. You don't even know what to put into that email and, all of that. So you do that. You do that experiment. You send out the email to someone and it just goes straight to spam. Okay, so your first problem here is like, okay, I just sent emails. I didn't get clients. What's up? What's wrong? Most people will, at that point, if they send like 10 emails, they will give up. And like, okay, I sent 10 emails. I don't have 5 clients. This doesn't work. No, it's just that the problems that you are struggling with are not evolving. Meaning that if you did not get a client from your 10 emails that you sent, which by the way is nothing, first up, if you discover that, hey, actually my emails landed in spam, so they never even saw it. If you can identify that that is a problem and you can solve that problem, now you get your email in the inbox. Cool. Now you send another 10. And like, hey, I sent 10 emails, but I didn't get a client. Cool, but then okay, did they open the email? That is a question, a valid example. So if the subject line of your email is not spot on, then they won't even open the email and it just goes into the bin. But as you can see, from all of the things that needs to be in place and from all the things that can go wrong to the goal of getting that client is a series of problems. And that's true whether it's losing weight, it's true whether it's cooking food, what is true whether it's making money online. You have a desire and a goal. You are in a certain place. There's a bunch of different steps with a bunch of different problems to that desire that you need to solve. So how you measure progress is not, hey, I sent 10 emails. I'm not making 10K per month yet. What is wrong? This doesn't work. It's measuring progress by the problems that you are dealing with. So if you're only struggling with one specific type of problem and you're just stuck there, then that is not progress. Then you're stuck. But if for the goal of making 10K per month by landing, let's say 4 clients paying you 2.5K per month, the goal is first to get in the inbox. Then the goal is to get the email to open. Then the goal and the problem, rather, is for them to get convinced enough to initiate a conversation with you. Then the problem, once you have solved the previous problems, right there is the progress. Now you know you're progressing. So what I have taken to heart for my own ventures online is that I measure progress by the problems that I am dealing with. And if your problems are evolving, meaning that you have a small little problem towards the goal, you're solving that, now you have a new problem. Then you're solving that, and now you have a new problem. But each small little problem that you are solving is taking you closer towards that goal of 10K per month, if that is your goal. And that is how I measure progress. So I'm dealing with a bunch of problems which are very close to getting to my goal. But previously, I had all of these other problems that I had to deal with, which I've solved. So as soon as you solve one problem, you will realize this if you are into making money online or driving a business or doing like anything really which has a goal and a vision and you know you want to get here, is that you will always have problems and you will always have to deal with problems. You will always have to solve problems. But as long as you're solving new problems, then you can be sure that, hey, I am actually progressing. Until you solve the last piece of the puzzle, the last piece of problem that takes you to get what you want. It's the same thing with weight loss. Like weight loss is the exact same thing. You have a goal of shredding down to a six-pack, right? Okay, so reverse engineering, what needs to happen in order to shred down to a six-pack? Well, I need to be in a calorie deficiency for an extended period of time, and then not just binge eat myself up and gain all of that weight back. So the problems will be, okay, calorie deficiency. So you start to eat a little bit less. Maybe you buy some new veggies and stuff like that, and you clean out your pantry. Same thing. But then you stumble upon a problem. The first problem is like, hey, my friend came over in the weekend. We ate a ton of bad food, hamburgers, chips, and everything, and the whole week got blown out. Cool. Your first problem is there. Now, if you're still struggling with you binge eating on a day or two during the week and it backtracks you, and if you always have the same problem, which I know a lot of people have, then you will not progress towards your goal. It's just that simple. So measuring success, measuring progression, and measuring if you are getting closer to your goal should be, and I do it as well, I measure the problems that I'm dealing with. So if you can solve this problem by binge eating every weekend, then you will deal with the next problem. And this might feel like fatigue, right? It might feel like, oh, so will I ever get to my goal? Well, that's how life works. You just have to deal with a bunch of problems. Life is just dealing with problems, solving the problems, and you know, that's just what life is. So that is why health matters so much for anything that you do, and even business, right? If you do not have the time, if you do not have the energy you need to put into achieving your goal, then yeah, you will have to deal with problems. So being comfortable with having to solve problems is the first step to progression. So if you feel like you have been stuck in a rut where you are, you're not really getting the results that you want, then ask yourself, are you actually solving new problems? If you are not, then pause, step back, and just look at, okay, nothing is happening. What's wrong? Identify the problem, solve the problem, and then you will have to deal with a new problem. And if you just go through this loop all the time, sooner or later, or rather sooner, you will get to the goal. So that's how you do it. That's why, for example, for health, for myself, I've systemized a lot of my nutrition, a lot of my sleep, a lot of my eating and habits to support a lifestyle where I am constantly just always in shape. I don't even have to think about anything. I am just in shape. This might seem like a far off concept for a lot of people who are like, he's in shape. But that came through a lot of problems that I needed to solve in my lifestyle in order to get to that point. And once you solve these problems once and for all, then the end result is just to be in shape. It's the same with money and an online business. If you solve some specific key problems in the process, in the flow of you making money online, if you solve these problems, then the result cannot be anything else but you making money online. It's that simple. For me, for the longest time, I had the problem of I was making money in a bunch of different ways, but I was never really in control of making that money for myself. So I analyzed myself like, okay, yeah, I have affiliate marketing, I have blogs, I have some clients, I have this and this and this and that. How can I get more clients? And for me, it was very apparent that, okay, YouTube, traffic, content, social media is kind of like up and down, it's kind of random. It will take a lot of time to build up as well. I don't have it. So what's left? Well, outreach, right? Okay, how can I be good at outreach? You do this, 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 this. We try it. We solve the problem. Okay, people are not even reading my message. Cool. So what do we do then? Okay, we tweak the title. We tweak the message. We tweak the copy. We tweak the offer. We tweak who we reach out to. And once you do that, once you progressively have better or new or other problems that leads to the desire of you reaching and landing a client, at the end of the day, you will land a client. That's exactly what happened to me. So now I know what I need to do in order to land my next client, and my next client, and my next client, and my next client, and then we're off to the races, right? But this applies to anything, not just money or clients or wealth or whatever. If you know the steps of how to get to a point, you have progressively better problems, then you will get the result. So I hope this video was helpful. If you need my help with anything, you will probably find a link below in the description that you can get more in contact with me, and I am happy to help. But yeah, think about progressively having new problems and not the same problem. And that is how you measure progress. That is how you will get to the desire, to what you want. I hope I've hammered this into your brain now. I will rewatch this video myself to say, to remind myself, hey, are you dealing with the same old problem, or have you actually gone and dealt with new problem? And if you do, then you can be quite sure that you are progressing. So that was a long video for a short topic, but it's important to internalize this. Okay, am I dealing with new problems? Am I even progressing? Do I know? No, I don't have 10K in my bank account. Okay, cool. But I am dealing with this problem, which is another problem that I didn't have to deal with before. And that's how you know that you're getting closer and closer and closer. All right, that's it. Thanks. Bye.